not until she accomplished her mission in Cincinnati. Facing the restroom once again, Peggy passed through the curved tunnel to find the bathroom empty. She came to a stop in front of the foggy mirror, her gaze landing on the string of engagement rings dangling around her neck. A little shimmy of her shoulders had the expensive baubles, symbols of her shame, clinking together with an eerie sound in the silent bathroom, layered with the plop of dripping water, the distant whoosh of traffic. When the Clarkson siblings, and Sage, who'd arrived later, set out on this road trip from San Diego to New York, united in the responsibility to fulfill their mother Miriam's final wish of jumping into the Atlantic Ocean on New Year's Day, Peggy hadn't expected to reach Cincinnati so fast. One more mile to campus, and she would be sharing oxygen with Elliott Brooks. Coach Elliott Brooks, the man she let ruin her for all others. This weekend, Peggy would be returning the favor. Deep down inside her, something needed repairing. Rebounds hadn't worked. Facing her heartache only made it more real. Too much time had been wasted trying to patch up the gash herself, so she would be making Elliott's life hell. That's right. This chicken had come home to roost, and she was extra crispy. After this weekend, she'd be walking away with the upper hand, as opposed to a bleeding heart. It was her last-ditch option, her last chance to finally move on. Giving the coach a taste of his own medicine meant Peggy wouldn't have to swallow it anymore. The sound of light footsteps signaled the approach of Peggy's best friend, and she quickly bent at the waist, then flipped her hair back, striking a pose just in time to greet Sage with an exaggerated wink in the mirror. "What were you dreaming about in that passenger seat, huh? Sex? Were you dreaming of a hairy mountain man stealing your virginity? Spill it, Alexander." As expected, Sage sputtered, fingers knitting together at her throat. "No, a mountain man? I wouldn't even know what one looks like." "Sorry, I confused your dream with mine." Peggy pulled her blonde curls into a messy bun, twirling the escapees around a digit. "But you were definitely moaning." "Was I? Oh my." In the mirror, she watched Sage square her shoulders. "You're just trying to distract me." Peggy pasted a blasé smile on her face. "Why would I do that?" "I wish I knew." Outside, Belmont tapped the recognizable horn of the Suburban, and they both jerked toward the door, but stopped before they could obey their mutual instinct to follow her older brother's bidding. "It's alumni weekend at the university, okay? That's all." Peggy leaned back against the sink and crossed her arms. "I'm just a little nervous about running into the old squad. You think the wedding planning business is brutal? Try impressing a dozen cheerleaders who expect to find any day now they're a long-lost princess." Sage chuckled, a bloom spreading across her cheeks. "Oh, I would be nervous too, if I was going to see old classmates, everyone weighing their accomplishments against one another." A funny expression made Sage appear apprehensive, as though she were considering what her own reunion would be like, and didn't like what she imagined. She took a few steps, closing herself into a stall. "I'm glad you told me." Peggy swallowed the ball of guilt in her throat. "Yeah." Peggy couldn't pinpoint what drew her toward the tunnel. The football game was going to start in just 15 minutes, and she was supposed to be leading the Bearcat cheerleading squad's warm-ups. But just like always, she was aware of his presence. On the field, pacing the sideline, terse instructions being delivered into his headset, while eagle eyes watched the team stretch and prepare. And in the same way she never failed to sense him nearby, his absence was having the opposite effect now. Instead of feeling hot and full, her stomach was cold and empty. Pom-poms in hand, Peggy walked on the balls of her feet down the silent, airless hall leading to the football team's locker room. She had no authorization to be there, but couldn't ignore the pull.